Hey, welcome into my video, YouTube. Today I'm talking about why I think the PS2 console is the greatest console ever. So in this video, I'm going to be bringing a few facts about the PS2 that you may or may not have known. This is what I have found to be facts in my research, and I'm going to bring them to you right now. So if you enjoy this video content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and to like this video. Here we go with this video, PlayStation 2 and why PS2 is the greatest console ever. Number one, if you didn't know or have ever wondered how many PS2 consoles were sold in its early stages, it was 155 million consoles that were sold worldwide. In fact, when we look back on those numbers are very, very stunning, as the PS2 outsold tremendously other consoles such as the Xbox and other consoles that were making their debut at that time. Number two, the PlayStation 2 was the first console to have the compatibility to play multiple media. If you remember the PS2, or if you have played a lot of PS2 over your lifetime when it was a big console, or maybe you still even own your PS2, you remember that PS2 players could play DVDs on the console, which was a huge feature when the PlayStation 2 came out, because it drew such a huge audience of people that were interested in video games to buy the console, because people were also into DVDs because they wanted to watch so many different films. So they ended up, however, purchasing the PS2 so that they could grab a hold of that feature just as much as playing video games on the PS2 itself. Number three, the PlayStation 2's controller, in fact, had an analog button in the middle of the controller, on the bottom middle of the controller. If you look at the PS3 and PS4 today in other consoles, there's no analog button. That the analog stick, you just naturally use it and it responds the way it should. However, with the PS2, there was an analog button that you had to press and it activated the analog, therefore you could use it, unlike today where there's no button, an analog button that is. Moving on to number four, and this is one that I think a lot of people that were fans of the PlayStation 2 and played the PlayStation 2 a lot remember. It had a memory card feature, and it was, thinking back on the memory card feature, it's so old school to us now. It was very popular for PlayStation 2 buyers to be encouraged to get them, because it saved the video game gameplay that different gamers would have with the progress that they were making in their gameplay. Unlike today, that as we play these more updated consoles, that the gameplay can be saved directly in the console without having a memory card. So it's something to look back on and think about, boy, that's a missing link that some of us kind of come back and miss. Moving on to number five, and this was a feature that I never really owned, but I researched about it and it just really got me impressed by it. And I think a lot of the PlayStation 2 owners and players over the last 10-20 years, up until the time back when it came out probably took a hold of this advantage. It was that the PlayStation 2 actually had a device called the PS2 TV, and in some parts of the country that was a really popular device and feature. So if you have any other remembrances of the PS2 that you would like to look back on and remind other PS2 gamers about what the PS2 had featured on the console, feel free to leave that description about that in the comment section. And thank you for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed.